This year, we're ditching the New Year's resolutions. We're ditching the New Year's resolutions, and instead, I invite you to consider, instead of chasing resolutions that most likely you're going to ditch anyway, let's focus in on designing a life that you actually want to live, one that actually gives you a little bit of joy. Today, we are focusing in on creating a joy map. You're probably like, what in the world is a joy map? A joy map is a personalized, no pressure, no plan. Well, it's a plan, but it's a no pressure plan of kind of amplifying what brings you joy in your life and helping to kind of push to the side the things that have been draining you in previous years. Like, this isn't about perfection. This is about being intentional and letting us map out a year that feels aligned, peaceful, and dare I say it, feels hella joyful. Welcome to the Hello Well with Danielle podcast, your weekly mental vacation from the daily grind for busy women who just need a moment to pause, breathe, and woosah. I'm your host, Danielle Washington. I was thinking about, what if people, instead of creating these resolutions, these grandiose plans of I'm going to work out more, I'm going to, eat better, and I'm going to go to church every week, all these different things, we found a way to anchor into our joy. We found things that brought us joy that we can kind of use to help us stay grounded. I don't know, maybe it was, spending time with other people, specific activities, or going places, being in nature, whatever it is. Like, I was just like, I think that people might need this. And so I was like, okay, this week we're going to focus in on what brings people joy. Let's start off with what exactly is a joy map. A joy map isn't this rigid goal and to-do list. Like, I'm a girl who loves a to-do list, but this isn't it. This isn't about setting these huge plans for 2025 that you feel like a failure when you don't meet. This is really about identifying small things that bring you happiness, that bring you peace, that bring you fulfillment in your life. It's about intentionally weaving more of those things into your life so you feel good on a more consistent basis. Like for me, if I was reflecting on my own joy and the moments that brought me joy in the previous years, I was thinking about, okay, what is that? That's connecting more with people. That's traveling. What I realized travel to me, the joy behind it was connecting with different people, connecting with different cultures. So I know for me, part of my joy is getting out more. I also know for me, joy it sounds silly, but it's like doing certain types of meditations. I was realizing that I really love doing breathing meditation. So I'm like, okay, period. Let's start adding that in. If it's going to bring me more joy, those are things I need to add in my life. So for you, I need you to start thinking about what are the components of your joy map. Identify your joy anchors. Like, look at what brought you like little things of joy in previous years and reflect on those things. Create that list. So that's part of your list of anchors. Like, what moments made you feel most alive? What moments gave you most peace? Because those are the ones that are going to be your joy anchors. These are the things that you can always return to. Then also, on the flip side, start looking at things that stress you out, things that make you feel drained, and those include people. Like, pinpoint those patterns of stresses in your life. Like, what is feeling overwhelming? What feels like maybe I overcommitted myself and it's causing me some stress? Toxic relationship, unrealistic expectations. When you're able to identify your stressors along with your joy, that's when you can start really mapping out that joy map and figuring out what needs to be released or minimized in your life for you to feel more joy in your life. And then start imagining, what does the ideal year for you look like? Like, take a moment and close your eyes and picture, what does a joyful year of 2025 look like? What does it feel like? Like, and don't think of the shoulds, like, oh, it should feel this way, it should feel that way. I want you just to focus in on the feeling. And to help you out with that, at the end of this podcast episode, I plan to guide you through a short Yoga Nidra practice to really help you imagine, what does that joyful 2025 look like? So I invite you to stick around to the end for that. But just to kind of recap what a joy map will look like. Again, you're identifying your joy anchors, you're identifying your stressors. And once you've identified those, I want you to write down at least 2 to 3 things that bring you joy that can be anchors that you can kind of your go-to. I like to also call these like your joy list of your passwords of things that bring you joy. And then write down at least 2 to 3 things that are stressors that you may want to reduce. And think tiny shifts, and this isn't about making these big, grandiose shifts, because the reality of it all is it's the small little things that you do in your life that snowball into bigger changes. So think about little things you can do. Maybe it's starting your morning with twerking. I don't know, whatever works for you. Think about the little things that you can add that bring you that little spark of joy. And also think about the little things that have been stressing out that you can shift. Maybe it's avoiding that coworker who kind of gets on your last nerves. You can't always avoid them, but you can find a way to not talk to them a little bit less. So just think about, again, the small little things that you can make that will help you make bigger shifts over time. And some practical tips that have helped me with this is like setting joyful intentions. Notice how I didn't say joy resolutions, but intentions. Like, I want to spend more time outside. I want to feel calm on Sunday nights. So think about setting these just small intentions, but also incorporating joyful habits. Again, starting super small. Like, think about, maybe it's like, I'm going to meditate for 3 minutes. I had a client post on Threads the other day about how doing short meditations has been a game changer for her. So just maybe it's doing 3 minutes of a meditation in the morning, or spending time with a friend once a week. And the key to this joy map that you're designing, the key that is like, yes, you can do all these things, but if you don't do this one thing, it may not work for you. I need you to review and adjust accordingly. Review monthly. Like, life changes happen, so your joy map should change too. It should evolve with what's going on in your life. So just set a time aside every month to just check in with yourself and see, okay, is this map still feeling in alignment? What may need to shift? What brought you joy in January may change in July, may change in December. So again, take moments to review this list and figure out what's working for you. So what does your joy map look like? Like, remember, it doesn't have to be complicated. Just pick 2 or 3 things that light you up and 1 or 2 things that stress you out that you want to minimize. Like, just write them down, keep them simple, keep them somewhere where you'll see it often, and use them as your compass for this year. Like, if you find this helpful at all, I would love for you to share your joy map with me on Instagram. You could tag me. I love to see what you're creating, or just send me an email. And if you're craving more tools or like need support in 2025, stick around. Again, we'll be doing the meditation to kind of guide you through the ideal visualizing your joy map, but also there'll be more episodes this year that will help you kind of set you up for the best year that you can have. One that feels like you're in alignment, that you're in flow. Because I think that's really important for me, is to really be more intentional about how can I help others find their flow. Until then, let's get started. So I invite you to get into a comfortable space. You might need to pause this so you can get into your bed or lie down on the floor, turn the phone on Do Not Disturb. Whatever it is that you need right now, I invite you to get comfortable for our short Yoga Nidra practice. And this is your moment to rest, reflect, and connect deeply with the year you want to create, that you want to design. This Yoga Nidra is about sinking into a state of deeper relaxation while maintaining a gentle awareness, allowing you to witness and welcome whatever it is that arises without judgment. It's about being open to awareness. So, getting comfortable, lying down, let your arms rest by your side or on your lap, palms facing up. And if you haven't already, close your eyes, letting them soften into stillness. I invite you to take a deep inhale in through your nose and exhaling softly through your mouth. Let's do that again, taking a deep, expansive breath in and sighing it out, releasing any tension and allowing your body to settle in, getting comfortable, relaxing. There's nowhere else you need to be but here, right now, imagining the year that feels joyful, aligned, and entirely yours to create, for you, by you. I invite you to relax your body just a little bit deeper and just focusing in on different body parts, starting with the tips of your toes. Just noticing any sensations in the tips of your toes, your ankles. Bring your awareness to your knees, your hips, your thighs, and relaxing your legs with each inhale and exhale, then your legs feeling more rested. And bring your attention to your back, your lower back, your middle back, your upper back. Focusing in on the tips of your left hand. And only focusing in on the fingertips. Then the palm, the left hand, the back of the left hand. And focusing on the entire arm from the shoulder to your fingertips on the left side. And then shifting your awareness to the fingertips on the right hand. The palm of the right hand, the back of the right hand. And then becoming aware of the entire right arm from your fingertips all the way up to your right shoulder. And feeling both the right and left hand at the same time. And shifting your awareness to your heart. Connecting to that heart center. Maybe noticing the soft thumps of your heart beating. Bringing your awareness to your throat. And bring your awareness to your face, your jaw, your lips, your tongue, relaxing your eyes, your ears, your forehead, the crown of your head, the back of the head. And just feeling your entire body relaxed, settled, and comfortable. Continue opening yourself up to broad awareness. Nothing to do, nothing to see, nothing to fix. Just a moment to be, recognizing, welcoming, and witnessing awareness. Now picture yourself standing at the edge of a clear, open path. The air feels light and inviting, filled with so many possibilities. Ahead of you lies your year, wide, expansive space, waiting for you to shape it by the things that bring you joy. Take the first step onto your path. And as you walk, notice how that space feels around you, how it begins to come alive. Noticing what's around you, noticing who's around you. What are you wearing? And just begin to take in, what does it feel like to be on this path that it's all about your joy. As you continue to walk, the path glows with warmth and light that represents your joy. Your joy. It invites you to imagine what a joyful year can look like for you. Knowing that it's already possible. Everything inside of you is there to create this joyful year. And take a moment to picture a moment of joy unfolding in your year ahead. Perhaps it's something small, something simple, like a quiet morning by yourself, a shared laugh with someone you love, a burst of creativity that fills you with excitement. Whatever it is, take that moment and picture that moment of joy as if you're living it right now. See this moment clearly in your mind, noticing where you are, what are you doing, and how it feels. Let that feeling of joy grow. Let it grow as if it's a light that's lighting up every step of your path as the joy expands. And as you continue on your path and continue walking, visualize another moment of joy. This time, maybe it's joy that comes from connection. Picture yourself surrounded by people, places, experiences that make you feel supported, seen, heard, loved. Let that warmth of this connection fill your heart and grow bigger and bigger. And taking a moment to be aware of any colors and sensations you feel in your heart space. Allowing yourself to be awareness, being aware of what you're noticing. Maybe it's a color. Then take a few more steps forward and picture a moment of peace. Imagine yourself in a space that makes you feel so calm and chill, and just a moment where you could just breathe. There's nothing for you to do. There's nothing for you to fix. There's no rush. There's no pressure. It's just a moment that feels ease, simplicity, chill. And let these moments of joy, contentment, connection, and peace flow together as you map out your year. Weaving these moments of joy into your daily life, filling your days with purpose and laughter and rest. And as you continue to walk further along the path, know that this journey is yours to shape. You get to decide what is part of your life and what is not part of your life. The joy you imagine doesn't have to be something distant, something that's out of reach. It doesn't have to be something that happens once a month or once a quarter. It's already within you, waiting to be welcomed into your life. This joy is craving to come out, to be a part of your story. And taking a deep breath in through your nose and exhaling through your nose. And feel yourself carrying this vision of joyful year forward. Picture that path stretching out ahead of you, bright and alive, with every possibility open to you. And trust that each step you take will guide you closer and closer to the life that you truly desire. One of joy, one of peace, one of connection. And as we end this Yoga Nidra practice, I invite you to take these little moments of joy and add on to them, knowing you can always come back to this meditation, you can always come back to this joy map to remember what truly brings you joy. I invite you to start wiggling your toes, making circles with your toes, your ankles, and your wrist, deepening your breath. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Thank you for joining me this week, and I will see you next week. Ciao. Thanks for joining us this week on the Hello Well with Danielle show. Make sure to visit our website, hellowellwithdanielle.com, where you can subscribe to our show on iTunes, Spotify, and Amazon Music and never miss an episode. Also, you can follow us on social media at Hello Well with Danielle on Facebook and Instagram, and Hello Well Danny on Twitter. And if you hella love the show and got some good nuggets out of it, know that I'm not too proud to ask for you to please leave a rating or review on iTunes so that we can continue to expand our reach and help other women of color. Again, thanks so much for listening, and I hope to see you next week. Ciao.